You will always be remembered. She has scholarships in her name. She has friends and family that will never forget her. You are going to go to jail. You will never be remembered. Nobody will ever know who you are.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to the Milk Carton series. I'm your host, Stephanie. If you are new, and as always, guys, thank you for tuning in for another episode. Without you, we could not get these stories out there. So today's story focuses on 22-year-old Tiffany Ferguson. Now, Tiffany's story is another great example of we have to do our part in society. And this is a very important story that we should share and tell others about locking your doors. Now, Tiffany was brutally murdered on February 28th of 2017. And it's truly sad because there was no known connection in her case with the 24-year-old drifter, Christopher McLawhorn. Now, Christopher is said to believe a drifter, and he would be in and out of homelessness or whatnot. Now, on this day in the wee hours in the morning, he basically was going around checking cars and apartment doors to see if they were unlocked. And if you guys have never experienced that, it is like someone literally just messes with your internal peace. I remember one day I had mistakenly not locked my car door. Oh my goodness, they ransacked my car. They took my wallet, everything. Like, it's just one of those things where you just feel like you want to beat the hell out of somebody because they just messed with your internal peace. And it's truly sad that we even live in a world where people feel the need that they can just take what doesn't belong to them. And that's why this story is so important. So around 6 a.m., Tiffany's roommate heard this scream. And when she went to check on her roommate, she noticed that the front door was wide open and Tiffany had been basically killed.
A coward to take my child's life as she's sleeping in bed, hurting no one. Such a coward. I feel so sorry for your family. We will never get over this. We're trying to live through it. Tiffany will always be remembered. She has scholarships in her name. She has friends and family that will never forget her. You are going to go to jail. You will never be remembered. Nobody will ever know who you are. You're going to go to jail and live all of your days in darkness. The darkness of your heart. My baby had happiness in her heart. She was wonderful. We will never forget her. You will be lost. May God have mercy on your soul.
And it's so sad because there was no reason for it at all. And Christopher, he decided that he wanted to relive the moment. He was checking on the internet about, what happened to Tiffany. He was he was checking like on the Google about your fingerprints, like can they really tell if you left them? So he was he was basically trying to save face from what he had done, but also at the same time glorifying what he did, because a couple homeless people stated that Christopher had bragged about killing that young lady. And it's sad that you even felt the need that you had to do that. And then for what? You took her life for nothing. I mean, what did you think? You walking into someone's house and they see you there, they're not supposed to scream or defend themselves? That makes zero sense. And as a result of these two leaving their door unlocked in Nashville, Tennessee, this basically resulted in the death of Tiffany. And it's so sad because I can't even imagine that guilt as a roommate, But at the end of the day, it's not your fault, because this person decided that he wanted to break into people's home even before you left it open. People are going to do what they want to do. And that's why it's so important. We have to double check. We have to make sure we're doing stuff. I even now after, you know, experiencing someone breaking into my car, I even make sure like, okay, let me make sure I hit that button like a couple times, you know? So it's sad that someone lost their life, but there is beauty in the story. When you look at these types of stories, you know, we have to ensure that we are doing our part. You know, we are double checking, because again, people don't care. Some people really out here are suffering bad, and when they see you living your life, they want to take, and that's just how humans are, you know. It's just sad that we live in a world as such. Now, Christopher did plead not guilty, but of course he was found guilty.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Christopher Drew McLawhorn, as to count 1, guilty of especially aggravated burglary. As to count 2, guilty of first-degree murder during the commission of another crime. As to count 3, guilty first-degree premeditated murder. As to count 4, guilty theft of property of the value of $1,000 or less. And as to count 5, guilty theft of property of value of $1,000 or less.
On his charges, and it's sad because it's like you literally sat up there and looked all online about glorifying the death of Tiffany. You know, take your bid, baby. Take your bid, because now you took away someone's daughter, someone's niece, you know, potential aunt, herself even being a mother. You took away all of those things that she could have potentially accomplished in her life. For what? Breaking in people's fucking apartments. Okay. But I really wanted to share that short story. It's sad because, like I said, we live in a world as such. People do not care. They don't care. And I'm glad that law enforcement was able to find surveillance footage of Christopher this morning, you know, and their families were able to get some type of peace, meaning Tiffany and the roommate's family, not Christopher's. But it's like I said, it's such a sad story. And again, we have to learn from some of these stories that happen. A lot of stories become not to say this in a mean way, like a lot of stories become examples for us to learn, like, you know, like when the Amber Alert became a thing, you know, a lot of cases are done so that way we can learn and we can share them so that way you can do better in society. So I'm sending Tiffany's family love and light. Although this did happen in 2017, I can only imagine what it's like to lose a child or a loved one, you know, your friend. So it's so sad. Like, I just don't get why people just do the most sometimes, you know. And a lot of these cases that I read, you know, that's why it takes me a little minute sometimes, because a lot of these cases I take on that energy and it's just like, I don't get why people just do the stupid stuff that they do. I just don't get it. I don't. But I don't want to rant. As always, guys, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.